What's going on, everybody? It's Nico Moreno here, and in this video here, I'm going to show you exactly how I made over $150,000 with just one auto-recorded, one evergreen, pre-recorded auto webinar. Okay, so literally it's just a 90-minute video that I recorded one time, and it just plays completely on autopilot, and that has generated me over $150,000, which is literally life-changing, okay? So if you want to see a step-by-step explanation of how I've been able to do this, then stick around, because that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. And if you are like me and you just want like the fast path to get it done yourself too, then you definitely want to stick around, because at the end of the video, once we go through some of the training here, I'm going to show you exactly how you can get these exact slides, the word for word like scripts of exactly what to say, so that you can just duplicate this for your own business and your own offer, and then you can be ready to go. All right, so stick around if you want to learn how to do that. I'll tell you at the end. All right, so let's just go right in here and let's dive in. So we're here on my computer screen, and this is actually the webinar recording room. Okay, so how many of you guys have ever attended a webinar before? So go ahead, let me know, say yes down below if you've ever attended a webinar in your life, okay? So what a webinar is basically just a recorded video. Sometimes they're live, sometimes they're automated. So the whole purpose of this video, so in this case, we're talking about an automated webinar, okay? So it was just pre-recorded, one time, 90-minute presentation, boom, we're done. There's people out there watching it right now, okay? So that's exactly how this one works. And we're not gonna talk about live webinars, and I'm gonna actually tell you a little bit more into why I don't think that they're the best idea, especially if you're just starting out, okay? So what we're gonna talk about first, I wanna cover 4 main points and just teach you a little bit about how I was able to do this, how I was able to get this sort of results with my webinar, and how you can sort of start to understand the process so that you can implement this into your own business, okay? Okay, so what you can see is basically the first thing that we say on the screen here is this webinar worth your time? So what I learned from one of my mentors, whose name is Alex Becker, you guys probably know who he is that the number one thing that you want to do right away on a webinar is address your audience's number one question, okay? And if they're sitting here on a webinar, they likely, the number one thing that's running through their head is, okay, like I know this is gonna be like an hour, maybe even 2-hour presentation. Like, is it really gonna be worth it for me to stick around? Okay, like is it really gonna be worth it for me to sit through this whole presentation? Because if you're like me and you've been on a bunch of different webinars, some of them you're really excited about, and they get you hooked right away, and you stick around for the whole thing. Maybe you even buy the product at the end. But some of them you're just like, this sucks, and it goes nowhere really fast. Point number 2, testimonials right at the very beginning, okay? Right at the very beginning. Everybody waits till the very end of the presentation to share their testimonials, and that is a huge mistake, okay? Right here, I'm not gonna play the auto webinar for you because then we'd be here for like 90 minutes, but literally right after this, I go into just a bunch of testimonials. Literally my answer to this question when I'm telling them, is this webinar worth your time? What I say on the auto webinar is I say, well, I'm not going to try and convince you, but I am going to show you results from other people who have attended this exact same webinar. And then I just like, boom, screenshots, results, testimonials from people, okay? So I do like a bunch of those, like back to back to back to back, to just hammer them with social proof. Again, the rule is 5 testimonials within the first 5 minutes, okay? And that's going to totally differentiate you from all your competitors, because again, 99% of people wait until the very end to get to the good stuff, to get to the testimonials, get to the proof. And by that point, like most people they've already gone. Okay, so you got to hook them right at the beginning, right when they're receptive to your message. And what I do down here, this is another little secret, is beneath the auto webinar recording, you see in big bright yellow, you say, here's what you're going to discover in today's session, okay? So I've actually got my 3 secrets laid out right here, and I have screenshots of social proof of each of the things, okay? So chatbot secret number 1, you see exactly where to go to get your first paying client in 24 hours or less. And then I have a social proof testimonial right here, not even in the webinar, underneath it, that says, here's someone, like literally, he says, I got some good news. I just landed a client in the automotive industry for $2,500 a month, okay? So boom, there's perfect social proof to what I'm saying is actually true, right? Because a lot of times people, if they're coming on a webinar and you're like running ads to it or something, they may not already know who you are. Like a lot of you guys who are watching this, you already know me. You've been watching me for a while, you've been following me for a bit, and you already, trust me, or you already have maybe even purchased some of my products. But a lot of times when people are coming on webinars, especially if you're running paid advertising to them, a lot of your audience is going to be cold and they're not going to know who you are. Okay, so you really, really, really need to just double down on social proof. Okay guys, secret number 3 is your actual story. So the story that you share about yourself and how your offer has transformed your own life, that's just as important as the actual offer, okay? So we just hopped over here to Vimeo because I didn't want to actually play through the whole auto webinar for you, but I jumped to this little part here, and yes, I actually do go into a little bit about my story. It's not nearly as long as other people do, but people actually really resonate with this slide here, right? Because they're like, oh my God, I worked at a 9-to-5 that I hated, and I went to college and it didn't ever, I never made any money from what I actually learned in college, right? So literally just me sharing my real, honest story about why I got started and why I did what I did and how I thought I was doing everything right by going to college, getting a safe job, right? And it just I hated it. So many people resonate with that. Literally, I've gotten responses from my webinar, at this specific part, and they've said, dude, you are literally reading a page out of the book of my life, right? So literally, it's so important to just understand the importance of sharing your story, okay? So just sharing your real, honest story. Because the reality is, at the end of the day, people buy from who they know, like, and trust. And you may have already heard that phrase before, but it's true, right? So you need to share a little bit of your personality and just your personal story, backstory, going from where you were in the past, which is likely where your audience is right now, and how you got to where you are now, right? Because where you are right now, that's where your audience wants to get. And those are the types of people who you can help. All right, you guys, back to the auto webinar room, and final secret number 4 is doing it live too many times, okay? So there's a big marketer out there named Russell Brunson, and what he says is to do live webinars once per week for a full year before you're allowed to automate it. And I'm just gonna save you guys all this pain and struggle. I did that for 2 years, not 1 year, I did it for 2 years, okay? And wanna know how much money I made? I made $0. Zero for 2 years doing live webinars, okay? So do you really think that that's the best way to go? I mean, I don't know. Some people have success with it, okay? But if you're like me and you find it actually pretty nerve-wracking to do a live webinar, with all the tech, you're worried about people chatting in the chat box and trying to respond to them, and you just get really, really stressed out like I do, then I just want to put your fears to rest. You do not have to do it live, okay? In fact, it's actually better for everyone when you do it automated, because number 1, you're going to be much more prepared, much more polished, you're going to feel comfortable and more at ease, and your audience is going to be able to watch it anytime they want to instead of having to show up at one specific time live, okay? And the reality is, with an evergreen automated webinar, since it's always playing, people can always watch it. Literally, you just create it one time. If you create it the right way, and I'm going to show you how to create it the right way, then you're set for life, literally. You don't need to do it live so many times, okay? In fact, you don't ever need to do it live if you're freaked out about it, okay? I'm gonna show you a simple, just easy to go, replicatable, duplicatable process where you can just do it automated. So this one right here, this is the winning one, the winning webinar. I never did this one live, okay? Never did it live. I literally just followed this process that I'm gonna outline for you guys right now. I followed the steps, and I literally just recorded it and it worked, okay? Because it's just a sales pattern, okay? There's just a series of psychological steps that you need to take your prospect through to take them from completely cold prospect to warm prospect, knowing, liking, and trusting you, and then ultimately a red hot buyer, ready to buy, pulling out their credit card to join your program or to buy your product by the very end, all in the span of 90 minutes, okay? So it's absolutely possible. And I just think that webinars are literally just the coolest, simplest way to really make a big difference in your life and in your customers' lives, right? Because you just record it one time and then you get an endless stream of buyers coming into your business. And at the very beginning of the video, I promised you that I would tell you exactly how you can get the exact slides, scripts, recordings, funnels, templates, absolutely everything, so that you can duplicate this process for your own business and you can learn from someone who has actually had success doing this out in the real world, right? So what I want to do for you is I'm actually releasing a new program, brand new program that I've never ever released before right now, called Auto Webinar Secrets, okay? So I'm super, super pumped up about this program, you guys, because this is my gift to you. This is my way of helping you have success with auto webinars, right from the get-go, okay? No 2 years of trying and failing with live webinars and making $0 like I did, okay? I don't want that for you. I don't want you to go through all the pain and all the suffering and honestly, so much loss of self-belief right? Just going through 2 years of never having a single sale, all the while being told by like gurus and experts out there, like, no, you got to do it live every week. You got to do it live every week, and eventually you'll hit it. It made me feel like I was a failure and like I couldn't do it, right? And so I do not want that for you guys, okay? I eventually figured out the right pattern. Basically what I did was I got a coach. I actually invested in several coaches to basically just give me their slide deck, literally, and like tell me exactly what to say and exactly when to say it. And the first time that I recorded this process, it worked, okay? So what I would love to do is I want to invite you to join this special beta program. It's called Auto Webinar Secrets, okay? So there's going to be a link, depending on where you're watching this, there will either be a link above the video or below the video. So I want you to click that link. So if you're excited about this, if you want to learn how to do this for you and for your own business, and you want to get my help to do it, then go ahead, click that link. Click the link right now. And for the first 10 people who join, okay, so for the first 10 people who join, the price is going to be half off. So the price that you see there, it should say in little brackets next to the price, it'll say special reduced pricing or special beta price or something like that, okay? So if you see that price there on the page, then there are still a couple spots left for you to join at the low price, okay? So as soon as 10 people join at that price, the price is going to double, okay? So if you click that link down below or up above, and you see that price, the special reduced beta price, and you're ready to go to enroll at the low price. So what is everything that you're gonna get here? Well, this video is not intended to be a webinar, okay? So I'm not gonna be doing like a super hard pitch, but I do want to introduce you to this program. It's a beta program, so you're gonna receive coaching from me, you're gonna receive all the templates, all the recordings, all the funnels, literally scripts, word for word scripts, everything that you need to succeed, and step-by-step breakdowns of the webinar, like why it works, exactly like what psychologically is going into it and why that works and how you can adapt that to fit your own offer, okay? It's literally just plug and play. And the goal of this program, again, is to make it so simple so that you don't have to go out and do tons of live webinars and eventually potentially stop believing in your ability to do it, right? Like I did. I don't want that for you, okay? So this is the simplest path, just one pre-recorded webinar, and you're good to go, okay? You're absolutely set. So again, the first 10 people, I really want to invite you to go ahead, click down the link down below. And if you see that special reduced pricing, you're still good, okay? So do not wait. I expect this to fill up very fast, like right away. And then the price is instantly going to double, okay? So again, I cannot wait to help you guys in this way. Webinars have completely changed my life. I know you guys have seen me talking about them, giving like little, giving templates about them and stuff like that. But this is actually a full-on training program that's going to teach you how to go from zero to rocking it with automated webinars, okay? So no stress, no fear, just fun, profits, and my support along the way, okay? Thanks so much, guys. So again, go ahead, get in. If you see the link down there below, if you click that link and you see the special reduced pricing, then you're still good to go. So grab it while it's hot before the price doubles, and I will see you guys inside. Thanks so much, guys. It's been Nico Moreno, and I look forward to seeing you inside the program.